Here we are, rained out on customs. How you doing, Dan?
Hey, hello, Ryan.
I don't see you.
I am
in the very corner of a junkyard by a train track.
Okay. Do you know where Cuppers is?
I know where it is when I see it.
Okay. I will come around then. I am spawned right by Big Cuppers.
Big red warehouse. Is that close?
Are you on the construction site where the sniper is, or no?
I don't think so. I'm at trains. Is that you? Is that you?
No, I'm looting behind a dumpster right now.
That's not you. Okay, so I have a PMC near me.
Were there just some guns going off?
Yes, that's at me. I'm probably gonna die.
I'm running towards the gun.
Not scavs. It's a group of PMCs, actually.
I hear a lot of popcorn going off.
They're actually, they did like a coordinated flanking maneuver.
Are you dead?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I will.
You should run to the shots.
I am running to the shots.
Take them out as they loot my my 4 9mm magazines.
So you were on the other side of the isthmus then? Sounds like.
I don't know customs at all.
Oh, you don't? I thought you had...
No, I don't know anything about customs.
My question to you...
Which is why I think we should institute a policy of no loot till we're together.
It's one of those things where if you would have told me that before, I'd be like, but now in hindsight, I get it, and I agree with it.
I've mentioned it on some of our runs in Team Unity to begin with, but I think whenever I'm like, 3 of us are together and Malf's like, hold on a second, there's a weapons case over here. I'm like, we could all, I don't mind you getting the weapons case. I would just like 4 of us to be together before we have somebody loot.
Well, I think I spotted him.
There's a dude in the toque and a dude in some,
I got the mouth. And the guy in the hat got me, or the guy in the helmet got me. But at least I got the mouth in top.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they were, like, squatted scavs as well.
That was a little bizarre, because, I mean, normally we'll spawn within, like, a baseball's throw of each other, but this one, I mean, I couldn't even hit you with the 3-wood. That's how far apart we were. Right.
I mean, it would be helpful if I knew customs. All I know factory, obviously, and then I know interchange. Everything else, I'm like, basically, I have to rely on the kindness of strangers.
I do feel like customs. What are you going in with, by the way?
I mean, I know you're a little thrifty right now. Just take in whatever. Dude, honestly, start with a pistol, and we'll find a scav, and then we'll dust the scav and
play a little gun game.
Gun. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't, dude. Honestly, like, I'm not gonna be sore if I lose anything in my inventory. If anything, it just gives me extra space.
All right, I'm in custies. So
I do need to just clear out my backpack real quick.
There is a character I'm a little concerned in the queue right now called Dark Hunter _NL. So
I'm assuming they're just Dutch.
I hope so.
Otherwise, they wouldn't know that I'm playing Tarkov right now anyway.
I mean, not unless you're in Discord where it tells you what game you're playing underneath your Discord.
Well, if they have me in a Discord, something's gone terribly wrong, because I don't join Discords for games. Okay, customs should see me in a second here.
Okay. But I was saying, I see you. Customs is probably one of the easier maps to learn because there's so many distinctive areas. So,
well, I know I know that the southwest corner is like the Home Depot sheds.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you walk north from there, it kind of looks like an Xbox controller, right? And the bottom left is like Home Depot, and then like near the face buttons would be the new gas station. Like I have some
so you
idea
got
there,
it,
but well, not really, because like whenever I play, I look at the customs map and there's like 22 exfils. It's just,
but most of them are just scav ones, you know. And
one of them is called Old Ass Gate.
No. No. But let me ask this: do you believe that there's 3 ways to learn?
Like visual, auditory, and like do with your hands or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We learned that in school for sure, but I thought I had heard that has been debunked or revised in one way or the other.
Do you feel like you have a propensity to learn in one way of those three stronger than the other, or no?
I feel like everybody is like a do learner.
Meaning what?
I feel like the best way to learn things is always going to be like to have experience actually executing it. Like it's people like I had as a kid, I was like, oh, I'm a visual learner. Like I read text and then I know how to do something. And I'm like, I mean, that was only because that's how we learned in school, I think, that I had a bias towards thinking that was how my best way to learn thing is. But then, like, you know, I always think about like driving a car. And I'm like, you could read the book as much as you want. You're not going to get comfortable until you've done it, you know, a few hundred times.
You sound like you're speaking from DAE programming experience.
That's basically it, yeah. Like a lot of people, they read a lot. Oh man, you are nice mag though.
Thanks.
A lot of people, they like read a bunch of code and they're like, or read a
Actually,
bunch.
Let's go
of
this way. Sorry.
Okay. Read a bunch of tutorials and then they try to write code and they're like, I can't do it. And it's like, I feel like the best way to learn how to code is basically you learn like one thing. You learn like this is what a for loop is, and then you practice it like 10 times. You're like, okay, I'm going to write a program that writes numbers from 0 to 20. I'm going to write a program that writes odd numbers from 0 to 20. You know, I'm going to write a program that prints out a random number 20 times. You know, you just, you got to kind of like ingrain that stuff into your head by a repetition.
So how do you learn the first for loop then? Oh, guy right in front of us?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Nice. Be careful. This is kind of a spliced area. Come inside this blue building. If you can guard the door, I'm going to loot.
No problem.
But
I mean, you do have to learn it once for sure. But
then you got to put it into action.
I think so.
Yeah. That's why I don't want to get too much into it, but you know, since having 2 children, you learn like, or you try to learn like, what's the way do you think is going to help your kid learn the best? And there's like a method called Montessori when it's just that, like you just do stuff and you kind of let them do what they want to do. Like you give them, hey, here's 3 things you can do, and then whatever they do, you know, they're like have a propensity to do that, or versus like sit there and read this book for 10 hours. I don't know. It's interesting. There's a lot of stuff to learn, but I find it.
Can you go to like a Montessori high school?
There's not many of them, but there is one in Michigan, and kind of the way it's set up is you spend half the day like on a farm, like doing stuff like you know, whether working with cows and for like your biology, and then you spend the other half of the day like learning how to take whatever you've created from the farm. And I think they go to like farmers markets and stuff like that. I'm really glossing it over.
There's a dude, I didn't mean to interrupt, but there's a dude, he's at Red Warehouse. I think after you loot here, we should bail out the same way we came.
Okay, let's go.
He shouldn't be able to see us, I think, if we make it out quick. Actually, like...
Yeah, nice job.
You know, I grew up as like... you know, you're smart, you don't have to do anything with your hands. And I think it's done me like a disservice that I've constantly been like behind when it comes to actually, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it, like real life skills of like, you know, how to use like a screwdriver and stuff like that. That's a pretty rudimentary example, but you know, when it comes to like, you know, wood shop class and stuff like that, I got no idea. Because I feel like our education system does smart kids a disservice by constantly like immersing them in the theoretical instead of, you know, doing any hands-on work at all.
Like the practical?
Yeah. So you know, I don't know if I would want to work on a farm for 4 hours a day and then hawk melons at the farmer's market, but I do think that teaches you some valuable life skills, you know, that you don't get if you're like, hey, you're smart, so we're going to put you in a class with other smart kids and, you know, you're going to learn about, you know, just chemistry all day.
Yeah. Well, that's like, you know, and I guess you're listening to 2 former teachers. And for me, I used to teach in a very like strong school, like a very strong academic school. And even walking away, I'm like, there's a guy right at the ice cream shop. You see him, the Scav, on the left side of it.
I don't, but if... Oh, yeah, I do.
3,
I'm ready.
2, 1, fire. I don't know
We
if we
must
got
have
him.
gotten him.
Oh, to the right!
Dropped him.
I'm down. I should have waited.
Oh.
I got no armor. I mean, I got to play that a lot smarter, but I can man in the chair you for sure.
Yeah, hit me with some man in the chair and hit me with some more parental dialogue.
Yeah. So hold on. I'm gonna pull up.
Yeah, once you get that, I'll find my exfils. I'm just looting. I'm assuming you didn't have too much.
No, I mean it's not even worth going to. Okay. I'm pulling up a customs map just for production value. But so you're talking to 2 teachers, and I don't know how you feel, but for me, like there were some really bright kids that weren't necessarily academically smart, but I don't know. I just feel like there's kids learn in so many different ways.
Yeah.
But
I understand.
We continually just teach them in one traditional way. All right, cool. So here is Ryan. I'm going to bust out the old John Madden Telestrator too. So you are right at, did you push up to that little ice cream shop?
I'm at ice cream shop where we killed that guy, yeah.
Okay, what are your exfils?
I'm going to die actually. I don't think it's a scav. One second, I'm in a gunfight.
Yeah.
If I live, I will. I think it's a scav, actually. How we doing health-wise? Lost a leg. Oh, he's right there. Peek me. Dropped him.
Yo, let's go.
Oh, what's that? I need to heal, but my exfils are... Dorms? Oh, the one that doesn't have a question mark is ZB1011.
Okay. So...
Alright. It's hot, dude. That's a hot zone.
Dude, I feel like factory, customs, the 2 hottest mixed tracks in the game right now.
I got dropped by TTV Thickwid. shot me right through the nape of the neck.
What's the nape? Is that where like the chicken thing is that flaps?
I think it's at the back, like where your like your skull meets your spine. I think.
What's your scav looking like?
You have to ask.
Pistol?
Foul.
Oh, yo, I'll tell you what. It used to be called Snorline, but if you want to play for an extended period of time, a little shoreline.
Yeah. Let's do it.
But I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, I don't know how you, I don't want to say fix, but improve the education system, because ultimately it's a way to, I don't want to say wrangle kids, but you can't change it too drastically, because you have to keep in mind how many kids were in your high school?
Oh, well, my graduating class was only 80, but I grew up in a pretty small area.
But I don't know. It's just, I don't know how you fix it, but sometimes I feel like there's some really bright kids in school, and because they don't line up with how things are taught, they get lost.
I mean, I feel that like that, I don't know, I can't speak for the US, but I'm pretty sure they're similar. Like here, I think that there's a little bit too much emphasis placed on, being book smart. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, that was the category that I fell in, which was fine. But definitely, like, by the time I finished, even like my university education, I was like, hands-on learning was like less than 1% of my lifetime education, probably. And I agree with you that, like, there were smart kids in my high school that were not book smart at all. And as a result, they kind of got washed into like the classes that are like, you're just here so you, basically as glorified daycare, when they had talents that they should have been utilizing in other areas. But like our school didn't offer those opportunities.
And you graduate with an education degree?
No, bachelor's of science. Honestly, you only need a bachelor's in anything to teach English in Korea.
Okay, what about in Canada though?
Oh, definitely you need a bachelor's of education.
Was that always your plan to do that? Or you just kind of...
I was just like, I didn't know what to do after college. So I was like, I'll just take a year and, earn a little bit of money.
What did you think you were going to do with a... That's me? Is that you?
Yeah.
What did you think you were going to do with a bio degree?
Honestly, I had no idea. But like, at high school, they were like, you're applying for college. What do you want to apply for? I was like, I like biology.
Well,
That's
like
basically all it came down to. There's like maybe, in the pure sciences like that, you basically like have to go back and get a master's at this point to work in the field if you want to be able to make any headway. So I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll work in Korea for a year and then I'll study for my my GRE. I don't know if they do that in the US.
Yeah, it's like a graduate exam.
Yeah. And then, if I score well on the GRE, I'll apply for like master's programs and maybe get on like a professorial track or something like that.
So like, and you seem like someone who's very prudent. Like you're not just kind of like, hey, I'll wing it and see what happens. So when it came to select your major,
yeah,
it sounds like that's kind of how you were though. Just kind of, you winged it.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yeah. That's why I feel like it's not necessarily meant to insult my high school, but I feel like they didn't do an adequate job of preparing us, like for what it meant to major in something. Like it was basically just like, hey, what's your favorite subject? And like if you're like, hey, what do you want to do for the next 40 years of your life? You're like, I don't really know. They're like, all right, well, you got a good math score. How about you spend the rest of your life doing math stuff? All right.
Let's check out Scav Island. But I will say this, if there's probably a good chance that someone's listening right now and be like, yo, I don't know what I'm going to major in. Here's my best unsolicited advice. If you think you want to be an accountant, go through your Rolodex, your iPhone, ask your Grant Tilly, ask them, hey, do we know anyone that's an accountant? If yes, go spend 6 hours with them at their job. You'll know in 6 hours if you want to be an accountant.
Yeah. And dude, like, thank God there are people that actually enjoy that, because like I probably spend less than 30 hours a year doing accountant-based stuff, and it makes me want, every hour of it is like misery. It makes me want to die.
All right, there's definitely a guy at Scav Island.
So I have Foul, and you point him out, I'll sit him down.
All right, so he is when you cross Scav Island, the first barn on our left, the closest one, he was in front of there.
Okay, I'm gonna post up on barge and then see if I can long shot him.
But I feel like that should be okay.
1 sec.
If you can take a shot, take him.
I'm gonna when he stops moving. Did not drop him.
Okay, I'm at the.
He's still. Yeah, he's at that barn.
Okay, I'm at the other side of barge as you, so I'm like Scav Island side.
Yeah.
You want me to wait for you?
I don't know where he went around that barn, but I do not see him anymore. I'm pretty sure it's a scav based on movement. Was that you?
Yeah, I'm trying to hit him. I got him.
Nice. I'm pushing him.
But I feel like that should be part of the graduation. Oh, there's another one. Oh!
Come on.
All right, I'm back on the barge. All right.
Hello.
So, see where I'm pointing right now?
Yeah.
He's on the back side of the island right there. I'll let you get this one.
I'm going to push left side. Yeah, I see him.
I didn't know you could go off on this side.
Me neither. Just lucky, I guess. He's dead.
All right, nice.
I think that might have been a player just like AFK.
Ah. It was definitely surprising to see that guy all the way out there. Hold on, I'm going to just make sure there's no other scavs before we loot.
You see him flapping around here?
All right.
Oh, your guy's in the tall grass. I didn't even see him.
Your guy have anything good?
He has a Vepper. Do you need it?
Nah, this guy had a Vep too.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, the most we had was like, take your kid to work day. So it's like better hope that like one of your parents has a job you're interested in. Otherwise, it's not really that much of a boon for you, I think. But yeah, no, I mean, I agree.
So then
that's why I think like programming is so it's like opened my eyes to other learning styles, basically, because of the fact that the only way to do it is to do by learning, or by learn by doing, I should say. So like, I feel like now I've realized that that's actually an effective strategy for many people, not just for the people who fell into that camp after doing like a quiz in 8th grade or something.
Let me ask this: what level of intellect do you think you have to be a programmer?
If you have like not insanely below average like acumen for problem solving, I think you can learn how to program.
And it's just a matter of just grinding. Here, you can open that gun box if you want it.
Oh, like this one?
Yeah.
I mean, I think programmers have kind of done a disservice by making it seem like programming is difficult. I don't think it's not difficult, but it's I don't think it's as difficult as people make it out to be all the time. So I can't hold one of the guns in this. You should
What about now?
No.
You still can't hold it?
I still can't hold it. It's a PP Bison. Like, I'm not gonna to program in like the 80s. You had to be one of the smartest people like in your state, probably.
Why do you say
nuts.
that?
Like, well, like basically now learning to program is. I mean, it's probably always going to be the easiest it's ever been, I guess, as time goes on. But like, you don't have to write your own code editor just to be able to do anything. You don't like when it comes to debugging, you don't have to run, 100,000 punch cards through something the size of your house, and then if you make a mistake, be like, okay, I guess we'll go through this one by one and see where the mistake is. Like, there's much more sophisticated tools now.
Can you? And I don't know if you can. Can you give me a first grade explanation on how computers were run off punch cards? That doesn't even make any sense.
I have no idea. All I can assume is that obviously the punch card, the way that you punched it indicated it was like a signal for a value to the computer. So maybe, if you punch like spots 2 and 8, then it serves as like a number 4 or something for the computer. So it's got a series of those instructions inside of it, and then I don't know how it reads them, either by like passing a light or passing air through the punch card to determine which holes have actually been punched. That's all I got. Like,
and then the mainframe would perform a function based on the holes in the card.
I guess so, yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
And some of the punch cards, I suppose, must have been operations, like plus, minus, or multiply, et cetera, et cetera.
Let me ask, tell me if this is accurate to programming or not. Is programming just the management of anywhere between 1 and millions of variables?
Yeah. I mean, people, if you want to, like, get it down to brass tacks, basically what programming is you take data, you do something to it, and then you present that data again. So, if you think about, like, a calculator is like a really easy example. You take the input from the user, you do something to it, and then you spit out like the result. But even on like a broader level, like, trying to think, like something that finds prime numbers, essentially is just starting with some subset of data, like known prime numbers. And then, performing operations and then spitting something out that's usable to the programmer or the user.
The thing that bends my mind though is who programs the computer to know that 1 is actually 1 and 2 is actually 2?
Yeah, that I honestly have no idea.
And
when you get down to that, it's wizardry for me. Or like programming an operating system, like programming Windows or something like that, or even DOS. Makes no sense to me. But there are people watching this video who have definitely done it, because it's like a common, like, senior level, like college end of term assignment is like, program your own operating system.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be as sophisticated as something like a modern Windows, but
it would have, like, instead of C:, you may do whatever E asterisk and whatever. I mean, I don't even know. I can't even.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Guy looting right. Was that a dead body or guy looting?
You could take a shot if you want, because there was a gunfight here.
He was looting.
Did you get him?
Yeah, he was just hunched over looting. It had to be a play or maybe play or scav.
Yeah, I mean, there was a huge gunfight over here.
I think he's kidded. Oh, it's just a player scav. Oh, it was a player.
Yo.
I mean, that's like, I don't want to say any kill in Tarkov is, how do you say it? Like non-chivalrous? What am I looking? What am I looking
Dishonorable?
at? Dishonorable, but a guy hunched over looting.
I mean, how many times has that been done to you, though?
I know, right? So it goes both ways, I guess.
That's how I killed Darth Vader.
Check the scav he was looting. Do you have anything?
Sorry, I just had to take my Milkman mask. The scav has a Mosin next to him. If you're interested,
I got
full guns.
I'll take his ammo. Yo, do you need that white armor for a quest? I just dropped it. I had it on my body.
Yeah, you know what? I might as well. I'll wear it and then hopefully I'll be able to give it to Skier.
So speaking of Milkman, I may have the most ambitious Milkman crossover of all time. I just spent an hour and 40 minutes editing an 8-minute video right before we were doing. It's NBA playoffs crossed over with Super Milkman. I don't
even understand. Like,
well, Friday videos are off, and I load up in a factory with Kobe's, so it takes on that context. But it's probably my finest meme work of all time. Also, I'm kind of kitted. Are you kind of kitted?
Dude, I'm kidding. I'm ready to go, honestly.
Let's check these. I mean,
what's your exfil?
I have Road to Customs. You have that?
I've got Lighthouse and R-Wing gym entrance.
Oh, you're really close to yours. So
yeah, Lighthouse is like right here, right?
So this is where I need you to direct me with the force. My force is telling me there's 2 safes in here. We each get one and then we get out. Is that greedy or should we just get out?
Oh, it is greedy, yeah, but let's do it.
All right, this way.
Because if we die, then that saves us having to run to the exfil.
All right, there's yours right there.
Oh, thank you. Don't forget about the computer.
Oh yeah.
It's looted, I think.
No, oh, please no loot. Mine's not looted. Is yours?
Oh, my safe was. My PC was not.
Okay.
There's a cord here if you want it.
That's actually worth something. I would take it.
Yeah, I don't have space. I took a DVD player instead.
All right. Have you found a USB drive yet?
I have not. No. Many like USB chargers.
Mm-hmm. So sometimes you'll see a PC, and then you'll see it externally plugged in. If you see one of those, absolutely take it because it's like definitely a super rare spawn or a rare ore spawn. All right, so you're gonna check that other.
I don't know where we are on the map. So as usual, I'm just running around.
Here, come back in here. 3 of the greatest loot boxes in the game right now.
Oh, the filing cabinets. Yeah. I mean, this is where my greed starts to get tickled a little bit because I'm full.
Here's a key. Do you need a key? Gas station key?
I'm keyed up. I got gas station key.
All right.
Like I know this stuff is worth something, but I feel like if you get to the point where you're throwing out something worth 1,500 to pick up something worth.
Okay.
You see what I mean?
I do, but I'm gonna be that guy and say sometimes you could pull a gold chain or a roller out of there, but let me point you to your exit.
Yeah.
All right, so take this all the way down, and you really only have one place to go. It's gonna take you to a tower, and then go up to the tower. And that's Lighthouse. See that thing right there? Looks like an oil rig. To your right, like really close. That tower.
Okay, yeah.
That's your exfil. I'm gonna go ahead.
That's the lighthouse.
Yeah.
And then can't all be like from Jason and the Argonauts.
What's that? I mean, I know what the movie is with the claymation, but
yeah, there's I think something goes wrong with the lighthouse, and Jason and the Argonauts get shipwrecked.
Speaking of Jason and the Argonauts, did you watch the end of Jeopardy?
I did not watch. I didn't watch like any of James's run, honestly. Maybe like an episode or 2.
What do you make of that? Do you think that's more or less common, gonna happen more in Jeopardy?
Jeopardy is a game where if you are like an order of magnitude better than the people you're playing against, your odds of winning are like 90%. So I think, it takes a very special kind of person to have the speed on the buzzer, plus the strategy, plus the trivial knowledge. But if you get all 3 of those, like you'll be almost impossible to beat.
And
it's definitely like you're very rarely are you gonna have a situation. I mean, like he didn't. It's not like he put on a bad performance. Like he just he just lost. You know, it happens. But I think that, you know, realistically, he could have gone more or less infinitely.
And you know, how close did he get to Ken Jennings?
I think he was like, his pace was way higher. Like the speed at which he was getting money was way higher, but his actual like money total, I think, ended up being like a few $100,000 or even close to $1 million away.
Oh wow! So I mean, you're talking what, 10 to 20 episodes of Jeopardy away?
Yeah, it probably would have been another few for sure. Probably another couple of weeks of wins.
So like, if the average Tarkov Rupel runs somewhere between 50 and 100,000 Rupels is like an average run, what's an average Jeopardy run?
Usually like between 20 and 30,000, I would say, if you don't have somebody like James on the show.
Wow, I didn't know it was even that much.
Sometimes it's like, you know, people win with under 10,000. In very rare scenarios, people might win with like, you know, $1, but
all right, so what's the opposite of hubris? Humbleness?
Yeah.
So putting aside your humbleness,
Yeah.
what do you believe your percentage chances of getting on Jeopardy? Not playing Switzerland and being humble. Like, what's the real number?
Well, I don't know. I think, I guess I must have screwed up the online test. I thought I did pretty well, but haven't gotten an audition call. I think realistically, there's probably like a 25% chance, which I would consider pretty optimistic. Okay. You know, if I do well on like the next batch of online tests, my philosophy is like, I got a really good chance if I get a live audition.
I agree. I think you're a home run.
Because the story is it's very unique.
Yeah, well, and you're very presentable on camera. When I don't watch a ton of Jeopardy in my day, but my recollection of Jeopardy characters is like lukewarm tap water.
Well, I mean, that's like highly insulting.
What do you mean? People aren't going on Jeopardy because they're characters. They're going on because they're smart. Not saying that smart people can't be good characters. I'm just saying you don't turn on Jeopardy and be like, yo, this dude is a wild character. He's breaking out one-liners left and right. You're like, oh, this dude's...
Well, you know, I don't want that out of Jeopardy either. When I watch Jeopardy and there's some guy who's like, you know, epic for the win, I'm like, get this guy off the air. I'm watching for the trivia. I'm not watching for you.
I know, but imagine you got the trivia and you got a little panache. Maybe you bring something a little new to Jeopardy.
I think it's, well, you know, I think if I get a live audition, I got a good chance. But should I sell this golden G phone, by the way?
I mean, if you want to throw your 1Gs up in chat. And
no offense, Summit.
So, but
yeah, I think realistically, I think I could get on the show, and I would give myself like, I think I would give myself a 1/3 chance to win like an episode. I think I'm roughly the same trivial acumen as average Jeopardy contestant.
So have you? Cause I'm running to my exfil now, but have you thought about if and when you get cast, how you're gonna play it? Are you gonna play it more like Ryan Gary or more like Northernlion in terms of your presentation on the show?
I'd like to be just like a human being, like myself, not a character.
But like,
you don't play, you get to talk for like 30 seconds.
I know, but are you gonna be Tournament on Fire? Or are you gonna be Ryan Gary at the restaurant?
Absolutely, dude. You gotta watch more Jeopardy. The Jeopardy community, they hate a showboat unless it's earned. If it's like, you know, Ken Jennings has won 15 episodes, he's allowed to dab once. But like, apart from that, people, and as myself included, when we watch the show, I just want a robot who's like, you know, getting every question right.
Yeah, but how do you know you want a robot if you've never seen someone flipping the buzzer around like they flip off the Tarkov?
There's been characters
really?
in Jeopardy history, and people, you know, anytime somebody distinguishes themselves in Jeopardy, people instantly are like, I don't know, they kind of rub me the wrong way a little bit.
So you're basically saying you need to know your role in Jeopardy and kind of just...
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a fair way to describe it.
No, I meant no insult to those. Yo, the guy's name was Bread Ace, level 29. I meant no insult to the people that play Jeopardy and maybe have a more subdued personality, because I think We all have our own spot in life. Anyway, I got
You
out.
exfilled?
Yeah, you got out.
Dude, we both got out. It happened.
It happened. That seriously helped my bottom line. And you know what? I'm going to bring our next run. I'm going to bring you a knife.
Dude, that'll take me to 10. Thank you. Much appreciated.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the Tarkov episode with Ryan Gary and myself. If you did, hitting like button helps out a great deal, to quote Ryan Gary. And also check out Multiple Perspectives in the description below. And we will see you guys next time.
Later.